All right, just a quick video on another 3D print that I've done here. You can see the scale here. These are inches and whatnot, so I've made them pretty big. I think this is 75 millimeters. Now this actually did fail, and it's the second print. The first one that I did was a complete failure. This one also failed, and you can see it here in his mouth. And on this side, his skull cap, it has a dangle down thing, but on this side it's not there because that's where the failure actually happened, and you can see straight across that line. So his mouth's all jacked. He looks like a duck now, but you know, so anyway, this piece here, you can see literally right along where that mouth line is, I had to glue that piece back on. This piece here, I'm very careful. This thing's actually very brittle. A lot of these pieces are breaking. Come on, stop it. So this piece back here, right in between those two circles right back there, it broke off. A lot of this was breaking. Also, I had a failure. I don't know if it was an actual failure, but I just decided to cut it off. There was a line across this piece here that went from here straight across to there. So I don't know if that was supposed to be a complete circle, but instead of doing whatever, I just decided to cut it here and cut it there and make it look like that. Let's see here, what else? You can see on the back piece here where his robes, you can see right up in there, there's a crack. I'm scared to touch this area back here. Let me try to get this into the light. Yeah, I guess you can see that crack pretty good. Basically, I couldn't do it. Every time I handled this, I could hear it cracking more and more and more. So I just put a bead of super glue along there. But overall, this looks like a really good model. I love it. Drista Warden is one of my favorite books of all time. And every time he talks about in the beginning parts where they're fighting against the gnolls and whatnot, when he comes out of the Underdark, first time he meets gnolls, I was just like, oh, that's so cool. So anyway, here's my Gnoll Shaman. And I'm going to keep him. I'll try to figure out something with this mouth to make this not so duck-like. But this also came in pieces. So I've already glued it together. That's why I'm trying to be very careful with it. The pieces were... where is the joint? Joint's like right in here. I think that's actually the joint of the staff. Yeah, you can see it now. So I'll have to fill that with some milliput or something. So that was one part. His arm was another part. And the joint was right at the wrappings, which you can actually see. So the shaman, the arm, the staff, and then the base. And the base actually, it printed decently enough. The only problem is it came off of the supports and it completed the print, but you can see it's not flat. It's curved a little bit, and that was because it came off the supports. And because of that, he doesn't actually sit in there very well. Which, if you look closely, there's a spot there for where his foot's supposed to go, and it doesn't really line up all that well. So this foot's supposed to be here, and then that one's supposed to be, you can see how it's not really quite there. So, and that's a matter of it coming off the supports and printing kind of cupped. Now I'm sure I can heat this up and flatten it out and probably have a successful base. Either way, I honestly don't care. These are my own personal little playthings that'll go on my shelf, and I'm fine with it. So other than that, the detail in these are pretty phenomenal. I love them. They look cool. Other than the fact that it's a failed print, you can see all the hair in his mane. How awesome that looks. His thorns coming out of his back looks like the shaman out of World of Warcraft or Warcraft movie by Blizzard, which I absolutely loved. So this looks, I like it. It looks cool. Even though it's a failure, I'm still happy with it. Don't worry, little shaman. You're not a complete failure. Just a little bit, like my mom tells me. There you go. Anyway. All right, on that note, there we go. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day.